Welcome to Peak Learners Hub. Subscribe the channel for more informative videos. Hello students, welcome to the next session of science. Today I am here with the topic different types of habitats. The place where living organisms live is called their habitat. Different plants and animals have different adaptations to survive in their habitats. Favorable features present in plants and animals that help them survive in a particular type of habitat are known as adaptations. The major types of habitats are terrestrial and aquatic. So students, first I am going to discuss with you terrestrial habitats, their types and adaptations in plants and animals to survive in their habitats. Terra in Latin means ground. The organisms that live on land are called terrestrial organisms and their habitat is called terrestrial habitat. For example, human beings, deer, tigers, lions, elephants, these all are terrestrial organisms. So, first I am going to discuss with you the type of terrestrial habitats and it is deserts habitat. Deserts are usually very hot during daytime and very cold at night. Deserts get very little rainfall. So, there is very little water available in deserts. A large number of plants and animals survive in deserts. So, first I am going to discuss with you adaptations in desert plants. Desert plants have very long root that goes very deep into the soil to absorb water. The leaves are reduced to spines. They help in reducing loss of water. The stems is thick and fleshy because it stores water. They are also called succulent plants. The stem is green in color to make food through photosynthesis. Now students, there are some adaptations in desert animals. Desert snakes and rats live in deep burrows that have a cool and moist environment during daytime because deserts are very hot during daytime. At night, when the desert is cool and the temperature decreases, the animals come out of their burrows and holes and become active. These are also called nocturnal animals. A camel, which is also known as sheep of the desert, has several adaptations to survive in deserts. Camel drinks a large quantity of water and can stay without water for a long period of time. Long eyelashes protect the eyes from sand. Fat stored in the hump acts as a food reserve. Long legs help in keeping the body away from the heat of the sand. Broad feet help in walking on sand easily. Now students, next kind of terrestrial habitat is mountain habitats. These habitats are normally very cold and windy. They are cooler even in summer season. As we go up higher in the mountains, the temperature decreases. Snowfall also occurs during winters at high altitudes. A large variety of plants and animals live in these regions. So, what are the adaptations in mountainous plants? Trees like pine usually grow on the sloping sides of the mountains since most of the rainwater in such areas flows down the slopes. Very little water is available to the trees. To conserve water, leaves are reduced to needle-like structure. They have a thick waxy coating on their surfaces to reduce the loss of water. These trees are normally cone-shaped and have sloping branches. This helps the rainwater and snow to slide off easily. There are some adaptations in animals like animals, yaks, bears, mountain goats, and snow leopards are found in mountain regions. They have thick fur to protect them from cold. The next kind of terrestrial habitat is polar region. Polar regions are very cold. Polar bears live in polar regions. They adapt themselves to live in a cold habitat the whole year. So there are different adaptations in polar bear. With this, polar bear can survive in this extreme type of environment. Padded feet help the polar bear to walk on snow. Thick fur and the layer of fat underneath the skin protect the polar bear from cold. Penguins also survive in polar regions due to presence of waterproof feathers and a thick layer of fat under the skin that regulates their body temperature. Penguins stay together in groups to keep them warm. Now students, next kind of terrestrial habitat is forest and grassland habitats. Grasslands are dry and windy. There are some adaptations in plants. Grasses growing in these habitats have flexible stalks which do not bend or break in windy conditions. They have strong roots which hold the soil firmly. There are some adaptations in animals living in the grasslands. Carnivorous animals like lions and tigers live in forests. They get their food by killing animals like deer. So, these carnivorous animals have some adaptations to survive in these forests and grasslands. They have eyes in front that help them to see their prey from a great distance. They have sharp teeth and long claws in their front legs to catch and tear the flesh of their prey. They are able to run very fast that allows them to catch their prey. Deer also have some adaptations to escape from predators like lions and tigers. They have eyes on the sides of the head which give them a wide range of vision. They have long ears to hear the movement of predators. They can also run very fast to save themselves from their predators. Now students, there is the different kind of habitat. It is aquatic habitat. Aqua means water. The organisms like sharks, fish and lotus plant that live in lakes, ponds, rivers and oceans are called aquatic organisms and their habitats are called aquatic habitats. First, I am going to discuss with you marine habitat. Ocean is a huge body of salt water. Fish live in water. Their body is streamlined. The streamlined shape of body helps to overcome the resistance due to water and enables the fish to swim fast. The skin of fish is covered with waterproof scales which protect it from decaying in water. Fish have gills to breathing in water. There are some aquatic animals such as dolphins and whales that do not have gills to breathe. They breathe through their lungs. They inhale through the nostrils that are located in the upper part of their head. This allows them to breathe in air when they swim near the surface of water. They can stay inside the water for a long time without breathing. They come out to the surface from time to time to breathe in air. Next kind of aquatic habitat is ponds and lakes, and it is also known as freshwater habitat. A pond or lake is a small freshwater body as compared to the sea or the ocean. A large variety of aquatic plants grow in ponds, lakes, and rivers. Due to the availability of water, the roots of aquatic plants are either absent or poorly developed. Two common types of aquatic plants are: first one is free floating plants. These plants float freely on water. For example, lotus and water lily. In these plants, leaves are large and flat. The leaves are covered with a waxy coating which makes them waterproof and protects them from the decaying effects of water. Stems have air spaces which enable the plants to float. Submerged plants are also found in the freshwater habitat. These plants remain completely submerged in water. For example, Hydrilla and Vallisneria. The leaves are thin and ribbon-like. Such type of leaves allow water currents to pass through without damaging the leaves. Now students, I am going to discuss with you difference between acclimatization and adaptations. The changes that take place in the body of an organism over short period of time to adjust in the surroundings are called acclimatization. This term is known as acclimatization. In this, the body of the organisms, the changes are only for a very short period of time. On the other hand, adaptations refer to the changes that take place over a long time period and pass from generation to generation in order to produce better suited species to live in their habitats. So students, in this session I discussed with you adaptations, type of habitats, and what are the adaptations having animals in them to survive in their particular kinds of habitats. Hope you enjoyed the session. Thank you for watching the video. Goodbye.